All right. How is that? How is that? We're going to start over. Is that good? Do I have volume now? Am I good now? Somebody super chat. He'll catch it. He'll. Is that good? I can see the members. Like when I see members go, I know I'm in. So, okay, back. Can't hear you. No sound yet. Is there any sound? Is there any sound right now? Is there any sound right now? No. Still no sound? Somebody let me know if there's still no sound. Do we have sound yet? Bow. Got it. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm telling you, my ass is sleep deprived. That's what I was saying the whole time. I am literally sleep deprived. I have not been to sleep. I'm also hungry, trying to famish, get rid of famishing with a smoothie. I am still here. Okay. Unfortunate events happen. Had to take care of things, but I'm still here. So this is what I was saying. There's a lot of shit. Sean, thank you for that super chat right there. There's a lot of things going on this summer. We're going to get to some of these, but first, I want to talk about these coins, the Tier 2 recipients that have actually reached Tier 2 VIP bags that you have seen. I have real titanium coins made for them and anybody else that gets to the Tier 2 level. I purchased real titanium to have these coins made. Now, the fabricator had undergone some health issues and surgeries, but once he kind of got on his feet, he made sure to get these done for me. They also have the name of the Tier 2 recipients on the back. Sean, once again, big shout out. Now, I will go over this. Tier 2, Tier 1, Sean, just like he did a super sticker, or super chat, he is earning points towards his VIP box. This is Tier 1. Once he gets those points accumulated, I will send that out. Tier 2 is also coming up. Now, let's get into some of these things that are going on and taking place this summer, because the summer has been crazy. Like, even the latest news now is ridiculously unfortunate, but we're not going to go into that unfortunate news right now. I will make a separate video for that. Because it won't be, it'll be nice. It won't be long, but it will be to the punch and to the point, because I think some people are taking an opportunity to blame a team who obviously could not, like how are you going to blame them for that? You need to blame the individual that has done some less than honorable stuff. But the first thing we're going to get to is Ricciardo. All right, we're going to get to Daniel Ricciardo. Right now, Ricciardo is sitting in limbo. Now, I did tell you all this. I did say this. I said this plenty of times, and we still have our employee of the month down there, No Bonotto, working for Red Bull. A lot of people, it's just a joke. He's not really working for Red Bull. It's just a joke. Don't get all crazy in the comment section. But let's talk about Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel Ricciardo is up in the air, and I've said it here on this channel more than a few times. I've said that Daniel Ricciardo is similar to going to the strip club and paying $20 and getting a lame duck strip dance. Like, it's not, he hasn't been worth what he's been paid as far as performance. And I'm going to have to feed while I'm doing this. I'm telling you. Oh, what's up? Big shout out for the super chat. G5 MDS. Thank you very much. I also, listen, I have something custom being made. And it's not done yet. It's going to take a few weeks, but there are some incorporations of Lewis Hamilton in there. There are some incorporations of some rest in peace shout outs in there. The overall piece should be nice. When it gets done, I will unveil it on a live episode for you all to take a look at it. But let's talk about Daniel, okay? Since Daniel has moved from Red Bull, he has not been his competitive self within the Red Bull environment. He went to Renault. Then from Renault, he goes to McLaren. And McLaren is not happy with Daniel's performance, okay? We saw that even in the Drive to Survive series. There was already that, they hyped it up a little bit, but there was already that notion that McLaren was not satisfied with what they thought they were going to receive. Like I said, you pay for this lap dance, you want a shit hot lap dance. They didn't get that. Mimi, what's going on? I see you. It's still hot out there in London? Damn. They still scorching out there, but you down. Mikey, ask with the super stickers. Do not forget, members, there is a new emoji. You asked for it, and you were right. I don't know why I didn't create one right off. I was really just trying to take care of other things with you all, but there's a new emoji. The Wolfpack emoji is in there, and the one before that would be the Seb tribute emoji with Lewis Hamilton. So those are now available to members in the chat. So Daniel right now, to me, now I know other people talking about contracts. I'm not going to get into a bunch of contract bullshit talk that you can read. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think Daniel is about to lose some money. Now, he's not going to lose the money that McLaren definitely owes him, like the contract states. But I tell you all the time, contracts are like paper. These organizations can rip paper up and change it, but they agreed to a financial compensation for Daniel's services. Now, he has not performed to where they had hoped his services would be with the compensation they provided to him. But the fact is, they have a contractual agreement that says for this amount of time, we're going to pay you this amount of money. All right. Let's look at this just a little bit, because F1 contracts are not like divulging to us as the public to look into and see all the nuances and the workings and the in and outs. But so-called, Daniel was making about $12 million with Red Bull, right? $12 million with Red Bull. When he goes to Renault, that was a big bag. Daniel got a big bag for going to Renault. And I don't think anybody really could blame him for the bag that they provided him. Renault provided Daniel about a $50 million bag, roughly 20-something plus million dollars per season. That was a nice bag for Daniel. I mean, that's double what he was getting at Red Bull at the time he departed, which was about $12 million. Now, if I'm wrong, yeah, you damn right, we live. I try to stay in practice. I try to stay in my reps around here. Just because it's summertime, I don't take that time off like that. I'm still ripping and trying to get this shit and be with y'all and stay abreast of the situations and keep rolling. So Daniel got the $50 million bag from Renault. All right. Then he departs from Renault, which we thought Daniel was committed to Renault for a long duration of time, right? We thought that's what it was going to be. He said he was going to start with a new team, a different team, not that Renault was new, but with a different team, a new team for him. They were going into new developments. He was going to lead the way in that, and things were looking promising. Although we thought Renault was a total smoke bag. Like, they were smoking up power units. They weren't great. Supposedly, Daniel was going to go here, and a Phoenix was going to rise out of the ashes underneath Daniel controlling it at the helm. That didn't really happen just yet, right? Did Renault prove later? Yeah, as Alpine came on the scene and, things got a little bit better, but without Daniel. Daniel jumps to McLaren. And takes a $25 million. All right, $25 million. So as you see here, Daniel's money jumps up, and now it's jumping back, and it's going to jump back again. Okay, once McLaren finished paying him the rest of this bag, tell me a team on the grid that is going to give Daniel another $20 million a season payday. I don't think he's going to get that. I do not think he's going to get that. I do not think his performance has warranted that. If anything, because of what Daniel might have left, he's a good person, good character so far that I've seen on the grid. I don't know him personally. I've never met him in person. But from what I've seen from Daniel from years, I like the dude as a personality on TV. His character seems like it's been pretty good. One of the first people to say things were messed up in the situation, and he didn't want to be a part of it. All right, and we don't have to go into that right now. But Daniel's money is about to get funny. And I'm not trying to rap about that. Daniel's money is about to get funny, okay? They're not going to pay him that bag. They're not. I don't think his next contract is over $20 million a season. I do not think so. I think his next contract lays somewhere between, I'm going to say 15 and 18, maybe 15 and 18 million. Maybe. And I also do not think they give him a multi-year deal. I think that when Daniel signs his new contract, he gets a year-to-year deal, which brings us into a new situation that definitely has raised eyebrows. All right, it's definitely raised eyebrows. So let's talk about this next situation. The next situation we have is coming up with Alpine, McLaren, and Oscar Piastri, okay? Daniel's in the mix because why would McLaren not want to get rid of him to bring in somebody they think they can show promise in? They already know what they have in Daniel. Daniel hasn't given him much. Piastri hasn't been given the opportunity, but he's done some things, right? Now, I heard in my last video, I think I was chatting with Bryson. I actually think it was Thanos. Somebody had said that Ocon has not done better than Alonso this season. Why you would say that, I don't know why. I don't know why. Like, I don't know if maybe you're talking about Alonso's past things he's done with the championships he's had and the crash gate, or Alonso's mystique and, you know, bravado on the grid. Ocon, by numbers, has done better than Alonso. If you look at round 1 to 13, Ocon has finished ahead of Alonso 9 out of 13 times. That's leaving Alonso finishing ahead of Ocon 4 times. That means Alonso has not outperformed Ocon. He hasn't. As far as finishing races in higher points or higher places, Ocon has outperformed Alonso. Now, Alonso has 2 NCs, but Ocon has 1 DNF. If that's off, you let me know. But I know it's not off by far. My main point is, what the hell has Alonso really done for Alpine that really caused them to think that holding Piastri back was a very good thing to do? Okay, Alonso, definitely it was time for him to go, in my point. Thank you, Sean. Big shout out, Sean, for that super. Big shout out, Sean. Thank you very much. None of my moderators are in here at the time, but I'm definitely going to give you the dab for that. Appreciate you, bro. So yeah, Alonso to me is not like if even if Perez became available, Perez to me is more valuable than Alonso. Facts, like big time. I would also say that Bottas is more valuable than Alonso. Big time. I mean, come on now. Alonso is not all that. And thank you. Somebody says it right there. Alonso down 17 points to Ocon. Numbers and results don't lie. Oh, why somebody would tell me that Alonso is better than Ocon, I don't know. Because the numbers don't lie. 9 races in front of Alonso, Ocon has finished. So Alpine, I ask you this. Why would you jeopardize your future for basically somebody has the longest running Formula One career, and although the longest running Formula One career hasn't really performed lately? I'm just saying, like, what are we doing here? But now that, you know, we got a young driver who is tired of the bullshit, you want to hold him up. And why do they want to hold him up? Why does Alpine want to hold him up? Let's just be honest. You want to hold Oscar Piastri up because Alonso dumped you. That's the only reason why you making a fuss. Alonso dumped you. Now, plenty of people were right. Did Alpine want to re-sign Alonso? Yes, and that's where they went wrong too. Did they want to re-sign Alonso for a multi-year deal? No, because they wanted it another year to year. If you believe so much in Alonso, why would you not want to sign him to a multi-year deal? Because anybody who has watched anything in sports knows that an organization will only sign you for the minimum or a year-to-year deal if they're not completely sold on you and they want to be able to move on from you in a timely manner without being locked into a bunch of litigation, a bunch of contractual agreements, a bunch of seasons. They want to be able to move off to you sooner than later. So you wanted to sign Alonso. Alonso wanted a multi-year deal. You didn't want to do that. So Alonso dumped you in the absence of Vettel and he dumped you in the absence of Vettel. Let's not overlook that. If Vettel doesn't move, Alonso's still there. And I want to bring a big point to that before I move on to Aston. If Alonso does not move because of Vettel, Alpine still signs Alonso and Alonso still signs with Alpine because nobody else, I think, on the grid was going to pick him up. This is where Alpine went wrong. This is where they messed up. You don't do this. You have a promising driver in Oscar who has proven himself to win. He's been your reserve driver. But now you want to go, and what do you want to do? What do you want to do? This is what this dude wants to do. This dude right here wants to go and try to talk about loyalty. Otmar wants to go and talk about Oscar being disloyal to Alpine. Well, I would question that. I would question that and say that Alpine, in fact, was more disloyal to Oscar than Oscar was disloyal to Alpine. Why do I say this? This is why. Alpine, you were going to hold Oscar back another season if Alonso signs this deal with you. But you claim you got all the money wrapped up in Oscar, he ready, or we going to put him on. That's not true. If Alonso signs that deal, Oscar's still a reserve driver. If not, he's loaned out to Williams, which is not where he wants to go. But he gets to get in a seat, but that's not a great seat to have. Definitely not a better seat than Alpine. So what you're telling me is, I'm good enough for you to have as a reserve driver, although I'm supposed to be this hot rook. But you're going to sign Alonso's old ass, who hasn't really performed better than Ocon, and you're telling me that I can't, and you're going to ship me to Williams for a season to boarding school. You're going to send me off to boarding school. Basically, that's what Alpine said. We're going to ship you off to boarding school. We don't want to see your face. We don't want you in the house. You're going to go off to boarding school, and when we're ready to have you, you'll come back. Big shout out to Ernie. I don't understand why the FIA have not intervened. And from what I do understand, is the contractual board basically said there's 2 valid contracts, right? But let's look at this. Otmar, 4 days after the 31st. Now, we already know by reports, if it's a fact, I don't know, but by reports, there was a deadline for the 31st that if Alpine had not signed or Oscar had not signed, it left Oscar free to look for a seat. It left him free to look elsewhere for a seat in Formula One. If you go and look at Alpine's post, it's not on the 31st. It's not even on the 1st. It's several days past the 31st. Why did they do this? I felt like Alpine was trying to make a power push move. They know they did not sign by the deadline, nor did they talk to Oscar before they made this post. I believe what Alpine was hoping to do was to create this post, and Oscar was going to be, oh, so thankful that they finally accepted me, and he wasn't. Oscar was on his big balls on the table shit and was like, screw y'all, I'm going somewhere else. You don't announce that I signed a deal with you after you didn't meet the deadline. You didn't announce me right after the deadline. You didn't even announce me right when Alonso decided he was up and going to sign with Aston. Matter of fact, Alonso shitted on Alpine because they found out that he was signing with Aston through social media. So you just going to try to roll this downhill to Oscar? Hell no. No, 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 no. No. You wanted Alonso. Basically, this is what Alpine wanted. Alpine wanted 2 pieces of cake, and they wanted to eat them at the same time, and you can't do that. You got to pick one or the other. One or the other. So, Amar, don't go trying to blast Oscar talking about he wasn't loyal. He wasn't loyal. That's right. They wanted to keep him in their back pocket, and that's not necessarily fair to him, a driver of his caliber, so-called, coming from Formula 2, doing what he's done. I mean, if we look at it, you know, he got the reserve driver, but Zhou got a seat with Alfa Romeo. Zhou did not finish ahead of Oscar in F2, but Zhou did have, I think Zhou had more seasons there, and he showed progress, but he didn't win a championship in F2 like Oscar did. Zhou got his seat before Oscar in a real seat in Formula One with Valtteri over at Alfa Romeo. So if Zhou was good enough for that, Oscar's definitely good enough to get that. And Alpine did not give that to him. So Alpine, this is your problem, and this is a situation you're in. And this is what I will say. Take Daniel back. Take Daniel back. Go ahead and pay that contract. Let Oscar go do his thing. Stop trying to be like some scorned person out of a relationship, because technically you decided to go to the movies and out to dinner with Alonso. Oscar called you, said, are we still going out? You told Oscar you didn't know or you didn't feel good. And then you showed up to the dinner and Alonso called you like, yo, I ain't coming. I see you when I see you. You tried to get on the horn and call Oscar like, hey, you want to still go to the dinner? I'm at the restaurant right now. And Oscar said, hell no. That's basically what you tried to do. And Oscar didn't go for it. He didn't go for it. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So who can you look for? Daniel can come back to you. You can get Daniel, help pay out his contract, get him back, let Oscar go to McLaren, see what happens. Right? But wait a minute. If you don't want Daniel and Oscar doesn't come back, depending on how this legal situation goes, because technically they're saying that there are two valid contracts on the table. I don't know how that really is if you're saying that Alpine didn't meet the deadline in order for Oscar to go out and search for another team. Okay. I don't know how you're saying there's two valid contracts. If one has a stipulation that says if we don't agree or sign you to the seat here by the 31st, you're free to look at other teams. Although they're saying there's another stipulation saying that they have the right in 2023 to put Oscar in one of their teams. What is this shit? Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This is what I'm saying about contracts. Organizations have more power over this paper than you all give them credit for. When I tell you about drivers that may or may not be on certain teams in certain seasons, y'all want to come to me like, oh, but they're still on contract. Contracts can be broken. And although organizations have more power than the athletes, athletes can find a way to make contracts work for themselves too, because shit can get uncomfortable and ugly. That's what Alpine needs to decide. How uncomfortable and ugly do you want to get? Do you want to look like a begging partner in this relationship? I will tell you this. Daniel is familiar. I don't know if Daniel goes and sits home, because right now I think Daniel can go home and sit and still collect his money from McLaren if they want it. If this works out and McLaren can indeed acquire Piastri, Daniel can decide to either go home and still get the check from McLaren. So now McLaren's paying 3 bags up front, right? Because Daniel was a number 1 or number 2. I'm going to call him a number 2. I don't think he's better than Lando at this point. Number 2 seat. And now you have Oscar coming in, which he's going to be number 2 because you're not going to jump him over Norris. Now you're paying 3 drivers, right? If that's what McLaren wants to do, cool. If Daniel wants to go home and sit, cool. Go collect that check. Go eat, go travel, get ready for your next team maybe. But if Alpine can't get that, who is available? Yuki, I don't know. Maybe I think another contract has been signed. I think it might have been Zhou signs again with Alfa Romeo. I'm not sure. But just based off year of expirations of contracts from which I knew it, Yuki expires 2022. Maybe he wants to leave AlphaTauri and go to Alpine. I think that's like almost to me kind of like, I don't know if that's a backseat or a lateral move. Like when I think about it, like it could go either way. Zhou 2022 Alfa Romeo. I don't see him wanting to leave Alfa Romeo. Could it happen? Yeah, maybe. Mick 2022. He's up. Haas doesn't seem like they're really happy with Mick Schumacher right now. Like he's got a namesake and he ain't living up for it, to Christ's sakes. He's literally split 2 cars in half. I'm glad that he's healthy. I'm glad that he's safe. But Mick has not done what we have thought he would have done with the name that he has and with the opportunity before him. I think it's safe to say that we do not think that Mick Schumacher is living up to the hype. I'll say that. Now, he's still got time, right? He's still got time to do all that. He's still got time. And I'm going to ask you in the chat. I'm going to ask you in the poll. I'm going to ask you, and you tell me. Don't dance on it, just vote on it. All right, here we go. Poll in the chat. Don't dance on it, just vote on it. So then you got Crash Tiffy. Crash Tiffy is about to find his way out of Williams, all right? Crash Tiffy 2022. Now, it's been reported, like, one of the other names that was thrown out there was Gasly. Now, Gasly's contract doesn't expire to 2023, but Gasly has a clause in his contract that if he can find a seat with a better team, with a team ahead in the grid than where AlphaTauri is, he's open to sign that deal. That is a bomb-ass stipulation to put in your contract. I don't know if Gasly did that, if his management team did that. Whoever put that in Gasly's contract, kudos to you. That's how you represent your client. That's how you leave your client open for opportunity to grow if it should present itself. That was an awesome job on representation. Other drivers need to take note of that and start putting those clauses in their contract, because before a contract is signed, sealed, and delivered, That is your opportunity to try to claim as much power as you can before you sign it, so that anything that may develop while you're underneath that contract, you'll have some pressure, some strength to move around a little bit. Gasly putting that clause in his contract is an awesome add to the contract, awesome supplement. So Gasly, big shout out to you for that. I think Gasly might stay where he is. I think like Thanos said, you put Gasly up there at the top 5, you might see that he's not what he is. He's all gas and all cap. Gasly mid-tier back, he looks good, right? It's like a block or two. You see somebody from a block or two, you like, ooh, they look pretty damn good. They start getting closer, you like, they get right up on you like, damn, they busted. That's what Gasly could possibly be. Gasly is a block or two. You get him up close, he's busted. Just saying, real talk. So then you got Daniel 2023. That means you take over that year. So Alpine, take one of these options. Start taking these calls from the drivers that are interested, because I don't think Oscar's interested. And Oscar said that he would sit. And even if Oscar doesn't sit, I don't know if Oscar has the balls and the gumption, the audacity to possibly dirty his career by not driving his best for Alpine. And that's what Alpine has to consider. Will Oscar, after all of this debacle and this hate and this mud throwing and rock throwing, will he, if he has to come back to Alpine, perform like you have invested in him? Because he doesn't have to. Right? He doesn't have to. If you don't have a stipulation in his contract that says, hey, if you don't finish, or if we look at telemetry and you're not doing what we think you can do, we're not paying your contract. I doubt that's in there. So is that what you want to do to your team? I don't think so. Alpine, let this shit go. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go, man. Just Gasly is definitely a mediocre driver. He's definitely a mediocre driver. Let's not get that confused. If you like him, cool. You know, I like him sometimes too, but he's definitely a mediocre driver. And I'm pretty sure that none of that is in Oscar's contract to where they can like say he's not performing at a certain level, so they're not going to pay him. So Alpine needs to let Oscar go. You're wasting time. Right now, you could have solidified or acquired another driver, done other moves to start moving forward. Oscar's done with you. And if you bring him back, he's still going to be done with you. He's just going to finish to the 2023. And I don't know if you keep him as a reserve driver or you try to put him in the seat and force him to drive for you. But at the end of the day, McLaren knows what they want to buy, which is Oscar. They know what they want to return, which is Daniel. And that should probably go ahead and happen sooner than later. Just trying to be straight up honest with y'all, Alpine. Do something about yourself. Do something about yourself. Go ahead and get on somewhere. Like, let it go. It's like the song. Sometimes you gotta let it go. Bum, 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 bum. Looks like another love TKO. That's what it looked like. So let's get on to this. Vanity Fair, Lewis Hamilton article. We're not going to talk about the article. I made a video talking about the article. What we're going to talk about is the amount of shade and hate that he has gotten for being on this magazine. Plenty of people have said that Lewis Hamilton should not have picked Vanity Fair to do this article, to release his story, some of the things that have happened to him in his life. Why not? Why not? I even had somebody, now this is not no Max hate, this is just what I had. Somebody on Twitter posted, it's better to be on Sports Illustrated, which Max was, than Vanity Fair. But I guess what they forgot to omit is his shit was Sports Illustrated Kids. It was Sports Illustrated Kids. Listen, if you're a driver and you get on a magazine cover, it's an accomplishment, period. Lewis Hamilton has been on over 16 magazine covers, from GQ to Forbes to damn Men's Health to GP to Formula One racing magazines. He's been on a shit ton of coverage. What is this? Like, y'all looking for any reason like to hate? Like, even if Max is on Sports Illustrated Kids, that's a cover. But yes, are all covers created equal? No, they're not created equally. That's just true. Certain magazines, by certain people, by certain demographics, hold certain weight in certain rooms. We all know Lewis Hamilton's in fashion. We all know Vanity Fair is a credible magazine. Stop playing with me. It's credible. Please stop it. Stop it. There's nothing wrong with that. Daniel just came out. He was on Men's Health. I think Carlos and Sainz came out and they was on GQ. Nobody's giving them the amount of shit that they've given Lewis Hamilton for being on Vanity Fair amongst the other plethora of magazines he's been on. Like, let's stop that. That's why sometimes I am the response for that, because when you do that, I'm going to respond to it. Just saying. And the movie's coming out. Thank you. Thank you, fam. G5MDS, thank you. The movie. Don't even get me started on the movie and the part ownership of the Denver Broncos. Lewis Hamilton is creating his post-career for Formula One. Whenever that happens, he will be straight. Believe me, he will be straight. Carlos and Sainz did GQ. I think they're on a GQ magazine cover. I think they're both on GQ. I think that's fairly new. So the cover looked good. Cover spread looked good. They did a nice job on it. I didn't read it because I don't buy a lot of these magazines, so I'll look it up online. But I will check out Daniels. I'm going to check out Carlos and Charles. My bad. Thank you for. I'm going to check out Carlos and Charles's spread. And I think there was another driver. I don't recall which one he was, but there was another driver. He also was, wait a minute. I think it was it Russell? It might've been Russell. It's either Russell or Ocon. It's somebody. No, it's Joe. Joe has a cover spread as well in fashion. So big shout out to Joe. Joe also made a magazine cover spread for the summer. Big shout out to him. So you got Joe, you got Carlos and Charles, you had Lewis Hamilton. They had cover spreads. So yeah. So all that good stuff. So yeah, it's all about the audience when it comes to these magazines, right? And as long as the magazine is credible and known, it doesn't really matter to me or them. They still getting a bag. Like Charles got a bag. Joe got a bag. Daniel got a bag. Lewis Hamilton got a bag. They all getting bagged for what they doing. So it's credit out to them. So now let's get into something that's a little bit more dicey to talk about. And we're going to talk about who we just mentioned as far as their GQ cover, Charles and Carlos. Listen. Yeah, he did do a fashion spread. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The Brazil show. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in a minute. Glad to have you. Like I said, also, if you want to be a member, I got to say this. Members, tomorrow, Sunday, we will be in the Wolves Den for a live meet with Mike Bigambi, which is Joshua's dad, who we had on the previous episode with the young Carter. Mike is going to come to the Wolves Den. You will be able to ask him questions in regards to the episode, any other questions that you want to know about as far as how karting works to go to Formula One. So I will post the link in the members chat for all the Wolfpack YouTube family members, and we will have that Zoom meet tomorrow. All right. The time and everything will be posted. If you want to join, come in. What we'll do is we're going to talk to Mike for a little bit, and then I'm going to open the floor for you all to ask your questions one at a time. Raise your hand. I will pick from the list, tell you to unmute yourself. You will ask Mike a question. Mike will respond, and then I will go to the next, and we will keep cycling through. We had a good time when we did it with Thanos. Mike is going to come and offer a bunch more information as far as how the inner workings of the karting world work going to Formula One, as well as what happens on that level of competition, what they go through. So you will have the opportunity, anything that you wanted to ask him when you saw the episode, you will get to ask Mike in person in live time. And that is what I do for you as Wolfpack members, to try to bring them to the Wolves Den. Okay. So that's going to be tomorrow. I will make sure to post a link for you all to access that so that we can have a good time. So be there tomorrow. Members, please be there. All right. I don't reach out for these guests to show up and you members don't show up. That doesn't look good for us as a family. Make sure you show up to greet the guests, because they're taking time to come talk to us individually in a back channel that's not right. Like, you can't even chat on it. When you all see it, it's pre-recorded. They've already been live, and then you get to write your comments in the comment section. But when we're in the Zoom meeting, you're getting to verbally ask the guests the questions. That is the perk of being a Wolfpack family member. That is one of the perks of joining the Wolfpack YouTube channel. So I offer that to you, so don't pass that up. So now we're on to Ferrari. Right now, Charles is at 178 points. Max is at 258 points. An 80-point deficit. The question that many ask is, can Ferrari make a comeback to acquire, to grab hold, to regain the championship, the Drivers' Championship? And I think not. I think no. I do not think that Leclerc can still claim the Drivers' Championship because, and these are my reasons, all right? First, I'm going to say that I did a little math and it might not be right. I'm not the biggest mathematician, but I'm probably somewhere in the ballpark. Even if Charles won first for every remaining race, and Max won second, that would bring the points up to Charles about 403 points to 429 points, Max still winning the world championship if it was just between those two, and those are the two closest, all right? That tells you that basically Charles couldn't win every GP first and Max wins second. Max would have to not be on podium. Ferrari would have to be reliable, consistent, and good with strategy, which they have not been. Red Bull would have to revert back to not being reliable, which they have far removed themselves from being. Red Bull is now reliable. They are good with strategy, and the drivers are consistent, especially Max. Unless he gets mad and he's out front, Max is not a good mad driver. Max does not drive good mad. Once he gets mad and he's all on the radio, his driving decreases. He's not like Lewis Hamilton or maybe even Schumacher probably was like that. They can be mad and hone in and really put some heat down. Max is not that type of driver. Max needs to stay in his zone, and once he gets out front, Max is out of there. Usually when Max is out front, it's sayonara, all right? And not too many people going to track him down, all right? You need weather and strategy to go wrong. Once Max out front, he's gone. I don't think Charles and Ferrari catch Max and Red Bull. I just don't. I do not think that's happening. Do they make a bounce back? Yeah, possibly. Do they start calling these strategies better for their drivers? Yeah, possibly. But we're a little bit over midway of the season and Ferrari hasn't done it. Charles is still making mistakes, although not as many mistakes as the damn team has made with the strategy and the pit stops and the reliability and the power units. But still, this is a team sport. Although you got two main drivers, they got support behind them, and the support hasn't been great. Big shout out to everybody in the super chat. Big shout out to everybody that has done a super chat. I really appreciate it. So no, I don't think so. I do not think this happens, right? So I think if anything, this may make it possible if Ferrari comes back online to regain the driver, the Constructors' Championship. I think that's possible. But hell, that's possible right now for Mercedes, the way things are looking. Mercedes is in the running for possibly the Constructors' Championship if they keep going the way they're going, because Perez right now has been a backseat to Max, and you need both drivers to finish on podium consistently to really grab hold strong of the Constructors' Championship, like Valtteri and Lewis. All right. You would maybe have that right now in Russell and Lewis. With Lewis and Russell consistently starting to be more consistent, be more on pace, have that car more into the top four fight, they are looking promising to make it to have the Constructors' Championships because both drivers are finishing on elite levels. Russell has finished top 5 anytime he's finished a race. Hamilton is now on pace for 5 podiums back to back. Brazil Show, join the family. Welcome to Brazil Show. Welcome to the family. Let me give you that. Let me give you the big shout out. Thank you. By the way, I will post a new members post in the community and on the Twitter. I really appreciate that. Thanks for joining the family. We got more family members. Actually, Mikey S. And who else is in here that has upgraded? Somebody. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Mikey S. is one of the upgraded family members, and you can tell his icon looks a bit different than Dario. Dario, you're on pace to be graduating soon, too, and I'm pretty sure your badge icon will change to that Patronus blue. Remember, all members, once you're here for 6 months, I will ship your Wolves Den shirt out to you for free. You don't pay shipping. You don't pay anything. I'm just going to ship you the shirt, get your shipping address. It's compliments from me to you for remaining with the family for as long as you have. So once you reach that 6 months mark, you will get your free Wolves Den t-shirt. All right. So, so I know people want to wonder, like, can this happen? A dog can shine, the sun can shine on a dog's ass at any given time, right? Things are possible. I just think it's highly unlikely that Max does not finish, that Max finishes like fifth majority of the time, anywhere between third and fifth, for Charles to go for an ungodly streak of first place podiums, winning all these races to claim the driver's championship. If that does happen, that shit will be one of the most miraculous comebacks that I have ever seen. To be where Charles is, win every race out, Max finish 3 or 5th and claim the championship, that shit would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be epic on top of epic crazy. I don't think it happens. Max is in his bag right now. Red Bull is reliable. Honda power units run like scalded dogs, especially on straight line speed. They're developing the car more now. The other question is this. What happens after the summer break when all floor directives should be adhered to? If Red Bull is still on their pace, if Max is still on pace after the supposed floor upgrades, because I'll be paying attention to the list of upgrades that come out. Hopefully we should see that now. Maybe if they make these upgrades during the summer, they're like, are we still considering these new upgrades coming to the new GP, or is it like it's weeks old, we don't give a damn, it is what it is? We'll see. But if that happens and Red Bull's still on pace, yo, it is what it is. Now, if we come back and Ferrari's even more off pace, we got some indication there. All right, we got some indication there. Mercedes is likely to come back and be more on pace because they've been progressively making progress. Haas, are they going to get a control? Are they going to get a handle on this new copied Ferrari? Are they going to do better than what they've been doing? I would say that Haas has done more than what people have thought they would have. I thought they would have been where they are this season, given a new car, the new regulations. I felt like it was an opportunity for lower grid teams to kind of come up and maybe hover around that area. And Haas has pretty much kind of done that. So I think Haas may be improving, coming back. They get a better understanding of the car. McLaren seemed to be a little bit better on pace after getting a better understanding of all the upgrades they brought, because they bought significant upgrades. They bought 7+ upgrades. Haas bought 7+ upgrades. Williams bought 12+ upgrades. And I don't know if they're making a significant amount of progress with all the damn upgrades that they bought. By far, they have the Upgrades Galore award. All right. So now I want to see, what does Mercedes bring? What does Alpine bring? What does Alfa Romeo bring? Because you know they were running elements and certain different changes on Valtteri's car. So did those things pay off? Did the data show promising? Are we going to see those upgrades transfer over to Zhou when they come back out? These are things I would like to know. What is Aston Martin going to look like? They've looked very sad sackish this entire season. I've been completely disappointed. Yes. Oh, how many bottles of champagnes will you drink for the second half? I don't know, but right now we got Ace of Spades. We had Lamborghini. We had King Brute. Hell, we had Moet. I mean, shit. We had Louis. We've been drinking on these. We've been popping on these bottles. So I'm trying to say now I already got the new bottle right here sitting to the side. So let me put these bottles back. And that's another thing that is a perk for members. Members get to vote on these bottles. All right. The members get to vote on the bottles that I buy for us to pop on Podium Sundays. Let me pop this box open for you all. This is the Dom P. This is what the members chose. So that's what I bought. So right here, nice box, got a nice little circlet to come out with it. Then you pop this open, and there's your new bottle. This is the next bottle for the next podium. This is what we will be drinking on. This is what we'll be popping. Now, this is a team effort, right? So it's not just if Lewis gets a podium, if Russell gets a podium, it's if Mercedes gets a podium. We pop the bottle live on the show, and we get toasty. Now, I also am working on something else to where members, I will likely find a spot in the season. I probably will buy 3 bottles, all right? 3 bottles of Moet. And I will get your addresses, and I will send the bottles to you so that on the podium Sunday, we will be able to pop bottles together, okay? Now, depending on how many members I have and depending on how much money I can allocate to that, maybe I go and I start with the first bottle we popped, which was the Bottega, and I buy every member a bottle and ship the bottles out. I will find out what I would do. Even if it's not Bottega, maybe it's another one around that price range that we started with because we didn't know how far this was going to go. We didn't know we were going to be getting up to $300, $370 bottles. Our last bottle was about $370. Oh, a Condu saying, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. Let me give you that dab on them. Welcome to the fam. So now you will be included. Everybody that has joined today, please remember to be there tomorrow. The Zoom link will be in a members only post. That means members will only be able to see it. Members will only be able to click that link and join the Zoom Wolves Den meetup. Big shout out. Thanks for joining the family. So listen, what I will do is, I will, damn right. Let's pop that. Yeah, let's pop that Wolfpack emoji. There we go. I will find out what I will do, but I will find a race and I will buy bottles and I will get the member's address and I will ship them out. If I can manage to fund and finance a bottle for everybody within a good general price range, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's big shout out, Sean. Thanks for that super stack sticker. Then I will do so. So don't hold me because this bottle of Bottega was good. And I think this first bottle we popped was like literally, I want to say it was like $30, right? $30. And we're now up to bottles that are $370. After we pop this bottle, I will put a bottle on there that will be near, I'm not going to say, I'll just put it on there. If it shows it and I buy it, we'll say the price then. But this is what I'm doing. This is what we doing, having fun. This is what we do here at the channel. We do real interactive stuff. We have a good time. We're having meets. We're building this community. We also gave 68 backpacks to school kids that were going back to school. We here at the Wolfpack have done an awesome job as growing as a community, and I am absolutely loving it. So that's what we got. We will be live tomorrow in the Zoom meet. I will post that up soon. You already see I announced Mike Begambi. He will be there, and we're going to have a good time with that. I also I'm not promising, I might go live again tomorrow, maybe on this other topic. I might go live on it because I might not feel like just doing a pre-record. I might want to get you all suggestions and your answers and your perspectives and your opinions live in the chat. And I might open that up for everybody. Today was subscribers only. So big shout out to y'all for showing up. I know the summer break has been long. I'm doing what I can to work and be here. I got all types of stuff around this desk because I'm really doing my job. And big shout out to the tier 2 VIP members. They will get their titanium Wolfpack coins sent out to them Monday. I will send these out to them Monday. The 2 recipients of the tier 2 VIP, they have their names on the back, and you too will be able to get one of these. All right. When you reach tier 2 VIP, you too will be able to get one of these. I know a lot of people's like, what comes into tier 2? Okay, well, let me show you. This comes in tier 2. In tier 2, you're going to get the purple collection Wolfpack bag, shirt, and hat. And you will also get the blue bag representing the fin. You will also get the Lewis Hamilton flag that is right there in the backdrop. You also will get the coin suspended system with the titanium coin. Now, I made good because I wasn't going to ship them out without a coin, so I shipped the tier 2s another gold coin, but now they will receive their titanium coin. So tier 2 will be a titanium coin in the suspended frame. You also will get the Pirelli tire keychain, 2 driver cards, and the Lewis Hamilton helmet. Now, I will say this. All right, I'm going to tell you this. This is a limited time thing, right? I'm going to make another tier 2 package later. There are only 2 more packages for tier 2 left in the purple collection. The next one may be orange collection. So it might be McLaren merch. It might be the red collection. It could be Ferrari or Alfa Romeo. It might be the blue collection. It could be, it might be Red Bull. It could be the pink collection. It might be Alpine. I'm going to do different collections so that we can spread the love around the grid and have a different amount of memorabilia going out to you as Formula One fans. So that is something I'm doing. So that collection, once it's gone, once the other 2 packages go out to the tier 2, that whoever reaches tier 2, I will create a different collection. It will be filled with different merchandise and different memorabilia from Formula One drivers and or a team, okay? So keep a lookout for that. Like I said, we're going to be here tomorrow for the Wolves Den. I'm going to post it in the comment section. Feel free to subscribe, become a member. We had 2 people sign up to be members today. Big shout out to you all. I will do a member shout out post after I get off the live later on today. You'll see that in the chat. I also will post that on social media for Twitter. And also I will post everybody who did a super chat will also have a shout out, and I will post that on the feed. So I give respect and appreciation to all you all, because you don't have to do it and you do. And that is what I appreciate. I appreciate that we love, we share, we have a good time. I apologize that the video, the live started off with no sound. I'll clip that out. Anybody else? I love you too. I love you. Peace and love. Y'all be safe. I gotta go eat something because I've been on the road. I ain't ate. I gotta cut the grass. I have another meet I have to do. I gotta work on. I got all type of shit to do. I'm, you know, everybody does. But we always gonna try to be here for you. All right. Peace and love. Y'all be safe. Enjoy. See y'all tomorrow.